Alright, what's going on YouTube? Here to review Love and Hip Hop Season 6, Episode 1. Here's my little princess, my little daughter. She's 1 month old. She looks like she's rolling her eyes a little bit. She got an attitude like her daddy. But this episode opens up one of my favorite rappers, who is Remy Ma. She coming out, whatever, whatever, this 6 years, whatever, whatever. It was very refreshing to see an actual artist on Love and Hip Hop who was at a venue with a real crowd that paid real money to actually see them, not something they want to put together to make it look like these people wanted to see them, which we're going to see later on in the episode. Stay tuned. So Remy Ma does her performance. She comes off stage. She's talking to Ra Ali, who is one of her friends. I've seen them together on Instagram and stuff. One of her friends who's also now a music manager. Ra wants to go out and party with Remy all night, party the night away. Papoose, Remy Ma's husband, comes into the scene, basically tells Ra hi and bye in one breath, taking Remy home. Remy still has 4 more years post-release supervision. She's on parole, so she is under curfew. She's only allowed out because she was actually working. She wouldn't have been allowed to be in that club if she wasn't working. So he comes in there and takes her right out, rightfully so. If my wife was locked up for 6.5 years and out, I wouldn't want her doing any little dumb shit like Meek Mills just did to go right back in. But let's keep moving on. So Yandy and her husband, they have their scene. Now, I really do like Yandy's husband, Mendices. He seems like he may have a little sense. When I first met him on this show a few years ago, I thought he was mildly retarded, but now I think he has a little sense. Yandy, on the other hand, she's definitely the type of person who feels if she ignores a problem that it does not exist. I say that because Yandy has plans to buy a new house, and she brings them up to Mendices, and Mendices looks at her like, bitch, I'm going to the big house. You want to buy a big house? Bitch, I'm going to the big house. You about to be out here alone. I'm not selling cocaine anymore. I got caught. Federal government's taking all my money for back taxes. See, that's the thing with these drug dealers. Y'all probably could get off a little bit, get some years taken off if y'all just paid y'all fucking taxes. Go see a tax expert, go see an accountant and pay taxes, even if it's illegal money you earn. Say you earned it some other way and pay your taxes, because that's what they get y'all with that tax invasion. They don't give a fuck if you out here fucking up the community, getting people high and all that shit. They just mad you ain't paying for it. So pay your taxes and you do a lot less jail time. But whatever. He's going to jail and he doesn't see the purpose in her buying a new house, taking on a mortgage and so forth, which I think makes complete sense. Live where you're already living there. You find you got one less person in the house, so that's less room. That's more room for the children to run around wherever Mendices would have been. So Yandy goes and meets with Young B, who is the chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. That was back. What was I? Freshman in college? That had to have been like 05, 06, or whatever. So she meets up with her, and she's a potential client. Yandy says she may manage her. She don't know because she's not in the business of managing any one-hit wonders. I'm guessing that she wants to do more than she did before when she managed Jim Jones. Isn't he a one-hit wonder? Or whatever. She asked Little B basically, well, what have you been doing for the past 9 years? You haven't been doing anything for the past decade, which I really didn't understand that question for Young B, because Young B did say on the show that Chicken Noodle Soup came out when she was 15 years old. So if you had a song that came out when you were 15 that was your only song, you was growing the fuck up. That's what you were doing. You finished high school, I'm guessing. Maybe she went on to do a trade. Maybe she went on to... She could have went and got a bachelor's. We don't know. But from high school to 24, I don't really think even a regular employer would be looking like, well, what the fuck were you doing when you were 16? What the fuck were you doing when you were 17? You were being a fucking kid. So whatever. Yandy tells her, listen, we got this Cypher showcase coming up that I signed you up for. I'm not your manager. I signed you up for this to see if I want to manage you. So if you do a good job, we can talk about something. Young B, whose name is Bianca, seems like she's going by Bianca now. She's not Young B anymore. She doesn't seem concerned at all. She's like, all right, when and where I'm going to go kill it. Cool. Ra meets up with Money Mo and Sexy Lexi. Bad bitches on deck, a.k.a. Salt and Pepper on crack. These two bitches got to be the wackest two bitches walking around Harlem. I'm pretty sure everybody from Harlem, because Harlem are proud people. People from Harlem like to let you know, yo, from Harlem, son. From Harlem, 125th, son. Good. I know they're all embarrassed that these two fools, clowns on TV claiming their section of Manhattan. So they're on a yacht which is actually owned by Money Mo, rightfully so, family, with Ra Ali, who is their manager. And Ra has them performing in the same cipher that Young B is performing in. When she informs them that Young B is going to be there, Money Mo gets an attitude saying, anytime I see that bitch, she got a problem. Because 5 years ago, she got into it with my friend and she swung a club on me and I had to get 15 stitches. I'm like, I think you the one gonna have a problem. If you want to pick a fight with this bitch? She already gave you 15 stitches, bitch. Do you want 30 now? She's older. She's stronger. Leave her the fuck alone. That's how you could tell when somebody lost the fight. Remember when you was younger, you was in primary school or secondary school, and you get into a fight? And if you lost the fight, you wanted to come back and get your revenge and fight again. You already beat somebody ass once. You over it. You still mad about a fight 5 years ago? You still want to fight somebody who beat your ass 5 years ago? They really beat your ass. They hurt more than you physically. She hurt her pride. She hurt her emotionally. So that's why she's still mad about that shit. Because somebody swung a club on me in 2010 and I see them in 2015. I'm probably still dipping. But whatever. So they're going to go to the Cypher also. The Cypher is actually going to be hosted by DJ Self, the good and winning DJ from New York City. We got him in the studio with Mariah Lynn, who once upon a time not long ago was a hoe. Who's admitting it? Mariah Lynn is coming out. She don't want us to let her fly exterior fool us because she coming. She worked her way up out of the foster care system, and when she said that, I was very confused because I didn't know the foster care system was something that you could work your way up out of. I thought you just grew the fuck up and left, but who am I? I don't know. I've never been a foster child, but I was just under the impression that if you're a foster child, once you turn 17 or 18, depending on what state you're in, that you're able to leave the system and do your own thing. But Mariah Lynn, apparently being a hoe, worked her way up out of the foster care system, and she's going to be at the Cypher as well. She's another whack ass rapper, but whatever. Okay. Remy and Pat meet up, and Pat basically tells Remy, he gives her these two baby dolls. He wants to have a baby with her. They both have children from previous relationships. They don't have any together. They're married. They got married over the phone in jail. He wants to have babies. Remy's basically, I don't think she wanted to come out and say it, but she's looking like, nigga, I was locked up for 6 years. I just got out. I don't want to be locked up again in the house pregnant with a baby. But she tells him, all right, if you give me a wedding, we'll have a baby in a year. So Pat looking like, you gonna get married in 15 minutes, bitch. I already got your dress ready. That ain't nothing. I'm with it. So they got that going on. Peter Gunz and Tara, these two wear me the fuck out. Mona wears me out, trying to make me believe that this bullshit is actually real. So the scene opens up. There's an air mattress. There are a couple boxes on the floor. Peter Gunz and his damn wife beater and jeans. He wakes up and Tara rolls over. As if this was a real life situation. Tara saying how she moved closer to Peter Gunz so he could be a father to her two kids. Now, she says closer. She doesn't really let you know exactly what closer means. She just says closer. I'm still confused how close you need to live to your baby mom when you have another baby and you're married to your wife. How close proximity you all need to be in. But whatever. So Peter Gunz gets up and he leaves, and the camera crew shows him press the elevator button. He gets in the elevator, he steps off the elevator at the 7th floor, puts his key in the door, and walks in. So by closer, I'm guessing, they didn't show what floor he started off, or at least I didn't catch it. By closer, I guess that means right on top of him. So he comes in the house. Once again, we acting like this is a real moment. Amina's in there with full makeup on, cooking cold food. These people always on reality TV cooking. You don't ever see no damn steam coming out the pot. Nothing. But they cooking. So she's in there cooking, and she's like, Peter, where you been? Peter, you didn't come home last night. The reason I say this shit is fake is if this was real life, if you really let your baby mama really move in the same building with you, what wife is going to sit in her apartment and wait for you to come home to ask you if you was upstairs with the other bitch? But that's what happened. So, you know, that storyline is going to be bogus and bullshit, and they're going to draw it out. Even though the blog's already showing that Tara is pregnant, and the birdie told me that Amina was pregnant too, but Amina finally, I don't want to say got some sense about herself, because I don't always agree with abortion, but they said Amina aborted that baby. She was like, no, you ain't finna do this to me twice. Woo. So we finally got the cipher that DJ Self says he put together with the best female MCs in New York. I want to know if the Twin Towers fell again in New York. Was there a massacre in New York before this happened and all the female rappers got murdered? These 3 acts are the best rappers in New York City? Or is there a different New York City that I don't know about that does not have a population of 8.5 million? Whatever. So this is supposed to be a cipher, which seemed like it turned into a battle rap. I never knew a cipher for people to go back and forth, but BBOD, they come out there with their homemade clothes on. They cut up some t-shirts and they pasted BBOD across it, and they went out to some Korean store and bought all the damn weave hair they could find in there and glued it in their head, and they went out there and they started throwing all these shots at Little B, talking about how she had one song and that's it. Now, I'm looking at them like, listen, that's one more than you ever had. You know, they say it's better to have loved and lost it than never loved at all. Being a one-hit wonder is better than just being a wonder. Nobody know who the fuck you are. But whatever. So they come in that Little B, Young B, whatever the hell her name is. Then Mariah Lynn starts rapping, and I'm like, what is this chick even talking about? I was just confused. She got a little flow. She better than Iggy Azalea. I give her that. She way better than Iggy Azalea. But then Young B gets on. Young B actually does a really good job. I was very surprised. She actually can rap. She can spit, and she shut them chicks down. Now the cipher ends. For whatever reason, everybody on stage still has a microphone in their hand, and Young B and the Yin Yang Twins, they start going back and forth. Now, as they going back and forth on the mic, but you only had one record. You only had one record. Thanks for the shout out in your rap about me. So then, whatever, that goes on, and then we lead over into more Mona Magic, where Mo comes over to speak with Bianca, Young B. Now, like I told you before, if I was Mo, somebody hit me with a damn club and I had to get 15 stitches, I'm not saying nothing to you. She goes over there and start an argument with the girl, try to fight her. They talk about how, oh, you ain't this, you live in the projects, you got all harachis. It's just dumb shit. They throwing out stupid insults at each other. It makes no sense. They carry Mo out. She spits at Young B. Young B like, yeah, bitch, you spit at me. You ain't spit on me. You spit on me, you be going back to the hospital getting more stitches again. Which I do believe. She already fucked your ass up once. Shut the fuck up and go home. So Rich Dollaz is there. He's back from LA. And Rich Dollaz just throwing shade for no damn reason in his confessionals. He says, yo, I see Mariah Lynn here. Last time I saw her was a while ago. She was a struggling artist. Don't look like that much has changed. Like, oh, Lord, I don't know what happened between them two. He obviously slept with her because, you know, that's what he does. He sleeps with all these wannabe artists. They think if they sleep with Rich Dollaz, they're going to pop. Olivia never popped. I don't know why they think they will. So we end the show with Remy Ma and Pap. Like I said before, Remy Ma told Pap she would have a baby for him if he would give her a wedding, and Pap got right on it. Rented out a castle for a date, set a date, take her to the castle to see it, and lets her know this is where we getting married. So let's go on ahead and see when you ovulate, and we're gonna get it popping. 9 months after this wedding, I want a baby. I got my own right here. I would say Remy, don't rush. There a lot of work. She's very beautiful. She's very cute. But 3 o'clock in the morning when I'm trying to sleep, she keeps me up. Which is when I get to watch some of this reality TV, because then I can't fall right back asleep. So she's going to help me do a couple of reviews today, next week, or whatever. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I missed anything. All right? Later.